I hope you're all ready for the complete Shopify dropshipping tutorial. Let's hop right in. Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Jonathan and welcome to The Creed. As you know, on every single one of my videos, I do offer a free consultation call to one lucky winner. All that you need to do is comment down below, welcome to The Creed, give this video a thumbs up and hit that red button, become a member of The Creed, and you'll be entered to win that call. And the winner from the last video is Lolo Agulo. All that you need to do is find the link to my Instagram down below in the description, send me a message and we'll connect for a call. All right, so I know there's gonna be some skeptics out there, so if you look right here, here's some proof for all of you. If we go through here, here's the past 90 days. Go ahead and update that. This is a store that I just recently scaled out, almost $600,000 worth of sales using Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, and Google ads all together. So now we're gonna hop right in. I'm gonna take you through every single step to build out a business, find a product, and create an ad. If you're gonna follow along with your computer every single step, by the end of this, not only will you have a store, you'll have the ad, and you'll have the product ready to go on Facebook ads. So let's hop right into this. The first thing that we're gonna need to do is go over to Shopify. So on Shopify, what you're gonna wanna do is start a free trial. You can use any email address, but I do typically recommend using a Gmail address just because Gmail is my preferred email provider. So we'll put in an email here. Just key in whatever your email is. Choose a password. Okay, so you're gonna put it in your email, choose a username, which would be your email, choose a password, and then choose a store name. Do not get too caught up in your store name. You want it to just be something generic. So don't make it specific to a product. This is going to be a general branded store. So what that means is it's gonna be a store that's generalized so you can run any product, but it's gonna look very branded so that whatever product you're running, it seems like that store is meant for that product. So as we come through here, I'm just gonna rip through this because basically it doesn't really matter what you put in here. So we'll go through that, skip. I'm gonna put in all this information and skip through this section. Okay, perfect. So now that I've gone through, put in all that information, the store name is Melier. A little bit of an interesting name. We're gonna start right away with building this out. You don't need to select a plan right away, even though you can, but we're just gonna start with building out the store. We'll go into settings, hit general. And then once you're in general, this is where you're gonna make sure that everything looks proper. So you're gonna input your store information. You're gonna input all of this other stuff to do with your store, input the time zones. And then down here, this is the main thing that you wanna do. So change your store currency to US dollars. And the reason why we do this is because the US currency it's typically higher than most currencies. So it's just a good benchmark currency. A lot of people, when they're shopping online, they understand that the majority of stores are gonna be in USD. So we make our store in USD just to make things simpler for everything. After we do that, what we're gonna wanna do is go get some apps that are necessary, especially when starting out. So we'll pop into the App Store. To get there, all I did was go to apps, visit Shopify App Store, and here we are. We're gonna go with Desers to start out. What Desers is it's an importing app. It will help you import products from Aliexpress to your dropshipping store. And then that way, anytime someone places an order on your dropshipping store, with the click of a button, you can fulfill those orders and send them over to Aliexpress, where then the supplier on Aliexpress will toss it through and send it over to your customer. So I'm not gonna set up the Desers store. Actually, you know what? I will set up the Desers store just to show you guys this whole process. So just give me a sec here. Okay, so now that I've created my DSers account, basically you're gonna get an email confirmation you gotta go through. And what we're gonna do is just a basic plan, which is free. We just hit that, start up. We're gonna select the platform as Shopify and then hit get access. Perfect, so now that we have access, what we'll do is we'll go back here, visit the Shopify store again. Actually, the app might already be there. Let's see if it populated. Beautiful, so it did populate. So we'll pop into DSers and let's see what's going on here because it should be all set up to go. Okay, it's gonna make me do a stupid tutorial. We'll skip through the tutorial because I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do this. Okay, beautiful. So we're in DSers. This is awesome. What you're gonna need to do is go over to Aliexpress and create an Aliexpress account. That's really straightforward, so I'm gonna let you all go do that. But basically, once you have an Aliexpress account, you then would go in here, hit link to Aliexpress, and then this is where you would put in your Aliexpress information, and that would link Aliexpress with your DSers account, and then that way you're able to link your store purchases from Shopify with purchases on Aliexpress, and it all ties together. This is here where you would link your store, so you would put in your Shopify domain. This is a brand new store. It doesn't have a domain right now, but basically you would go ahead and input whatever your store name is. So this one is M-A-L-E-I-R. Okay, perfect. So then basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here and hit products, and then under products you go to import list, and this is where you're gonna import your products. So all that you need to do is go over to Aliexpress, find a product, you click into the product, and then you grab the link, copy, and paste it in here. And then after you hit OK, what it does is it imports it to DSers, and then this is where you can push it to your store. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a product on Facebook first, and then I'll go find it on Aliexpress, and then we'll push it to the store. But before we do that, there's a couple more things we gotta do here inside the store to get it all set up and ready to go. So we're gonna go over to legal. I went into settings, pop over to legal, and then under legal, these are all of your policies. So you will have to customize these just a little bit, but for the most part, the templates are fine. So all that you need to do is just hit create from template, hit create from template, and hit create from template, click save. And then basically you're gonna wanna go set up pages for all of these different policies. So we'll go and we'll scroll through, we'll copy this, and then we're gonna go over to pages. So online store, I'm gonna open this in a new tab to make it a little bit faster, and then we're gonna go to pages. So now that we're in pages, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go add a page. And as you can see here, this is the refund policy. So we're gonna title the page refund policy, policy. And all we do is just paste that in there, and that is all good to go. So that's the first page, and then as we come through here, we're gonna create the next page, which is your privacy policy. So we're just gonna go ahead, copy all of this. Oh, messed that one up. Come on. Okay, copy all of this. Copy, and we're gonna paste it in here, and that is your privacy policy. So we're gonna go privacy policy, and we're gonna hit save. So now we've got those two pages. Go back here, and then we're gonna go to the third page, which is terms of service. Go ahead, copy that, and come back over here, add a page, terms of service. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead, paste that in there, and click save. So now we've got those three pages. The next page that we're gonna want is a tracking page. So we'll call this track your order. Perfect, so we've got the track your page. All that I did is basically go through here, went to the internet, and I looked up Shopify track your order page script. And then I scrolled down to this one. It's from Aftership, add track button to Shopify store, click in there. And then what you'll get is this coding right here. All that you need to do is just copy this coding. Come on. So you go, oh, what the hell? Okay. copy the coding, come back here, and then see these two little things. It says show editor, click into that, and that will bring you into the code editor. So you basically paste the code in there, and then you hit save, which I already did. And then what that will do is it will populate a tracking page like this, which gives you the ability to let your customers go through, input their tracking code, and track it directly on your website. So nice and simple. And now that we've done that, we have a tracking page, which is perfect. So the next thing that we're going to want is a contact us page. So contact us. And this one's really simple to create. All that you do is go down here to template, hit page contact, and then we hit save. And what that will do is it will generate a contact us page. If you go through and you see this, what you're going to want to do is customize this little section right here. So I would put something like send us a message with any of your order concerns. Make sure you use the track your order page to see where your order is at. And then maybe like, yeah, I'd say that's pretty nice. Nice and simple. I would put something a little bit more, but you guys get kind of the idea. You want it to be pretty simple, pretty basic, and then this way they can contact you, and anything inputted into this contact us page will be sent directly to the email that you signed up, and you can always change that in your email settings, so that's perfectly fine. So now that we've got that, that's quite literally the basic setup of all the pages that you need. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure that these pages show exactly where we need them on the top and on the bottom of the website. So to do that, we're going to go into online store, hit themes. And what we're going to do as we go through here is we'll hit disable password because we don't need that anymore. It might require you to pick a plan, so I'm actually not going to do that, but you will want to disable your password and pick a plan in order to start selling. Since I'm just showing you guys how to do this, I'm not going to do that, but that's how you do it. You go to preferences, disable your password. So we're going to go back to online store, hit themes, and we're going to go ahead and choose a theme. The theme that I recommend you go with is Debut or Brooklyn. Those are the two best themes that are optimized the most for mobile, which is ultimately where the majority of your sales will come from. So Brooklyn or Debut, we'll use Debut just because it's nice and clean and easy to use. We'll hit customize, and what we're doing right now is we're going through and customizing the store itself to make sure that those pages that we just generated appear where we need them to appear to abide by internet standards. So the main thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that they appear in your footer. Your footer is basically this bottom section of your website that appears on all web pages. So we're going to go language selector, we don't want that. Currency selector, we don't want that. And then for the footer, we'll leave the payment icons on there. So these are the different pieces of content that are going to show in here. As you can see, newsletter is that, quick links is this. So we'll go into quick links and we will go ahead and change this. So as you can see here, we have two different types of menus that can appear here because these are the two menus that we've created. So we have a footer menu and a main menu. And how you actually edit these menus is you go through here into the main store again. We go into navigation. We'll go into navigation, online store, navigation, and as you can see here they are. So the footer menu and the main menu, and we want to edit the footer menu because this is what we're going to be putting at the bottom. So at the bottom, what we're going to want to do is put our terms of service. So we'll go ahead and we'll search for terms of service. There's the first page that we created, and then we're going to do privacy policy. That was the other one that we created. And then the last one was the refund policy. So we want those three guaranteed. Search, we don't need that, so we'll get rid of that. And that will be the footer menu right there. We'll save that, and then we're going to go through back here to the store editor, and as you can see, we'll put in the footer menu, we'll hit save, and look, it generates it. So now we have the terms of service, privacy policy, refund policy, and we've got it all as quick links, which I think looks kind of ugly, so we'll just get rid of that because we don't even need it saying quick links. What I typically like to do is add more to this too. So basically what I did is I just hit add content, and then we're going to want to go ahead and change what this content is. So we'll hit add content, and then we'll go with a menu, and we'll get rid of the quick links again because it's ugly, and we're going to put a new menu. So what we got to do is go back to navigation, which was under store, online store, navigation, and then we'll just make this menu contacts. And we're going to go ahead and put the contact us page, because it's nice to have this one at the bottom too. And we're also going to put the track your order page. So track your order, and we'll put that in there too. We're going to hit save the menu. So now this menu, as you can see, the menu is called contacts. So then if we go back over here, refresh this, I'm going to quickly save this first. We'll let that load, go back over here, update that. And then we scroll down back to the bottom. And what we're going to want to do is go into the footer, go to this menu that is currently the footer menu, and we want to change it to the contact us menu that we just created, and we'll hit select. As you can see, they're in a little bit of a weird order right now. So what we want to do is we want to just rearrange that order. These little dots, all you do is just grab those little dots, drag it so that it's above it, and boom, there we go. It's nice and clean. Newsletter, we'll make it something cool, like subscribe to our newsletter for discounts. Nice and simple, easy to understand, very, very basic, very simple to do. So we are now in Canva. Canva basically is an editing software where you can go through and create photos, images, logos, whatever it is that you want. So the store name is Mailer, and we're just going to choose kind of like an interesting font, something like that. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of their templates, like screw it, why not? Keep it nice and simple, but like at the same time kind of cool. I guess we'll go like that, sure. That looks kind of nice. I don't really like that color though. Maybe like something more fun, like I've really been liking this bright blue. I feel like it's really cool. Sure, we'll go like that. Or actually, maybe we'll make the lettering black and then the logo blue. And then for this little section, we'll make it black too. That looks kind of wild. Sure, we'll go with it. Why not? You know, doesn't have to be perfect. Put that in there, download it. Okay, so now that we've created the logo, as you can see, all I did was upload it and then I implemented it. I'm gonna make it just a little bit bigger. Everything that I do, I optimize for mobile, so it should look relatively nice on mobile. That looks kind of cool. I kind of like it. It's a decent size. It looks clean. Beautiful. We're going to go with it. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is edit our header. And our header is basically the thing that shows at the top of the website for all the time. So footer at the bottom, header at the top. So then as we come through into the header, we've done the logo. And all of these little things that pop up here are in this menu. So the main menu. So if we pop back over here into navigation under online store theme, these are where our menus are. So we have our footer menu, we have the contact one, and then this is the main menu that we want to edit. So we have our home, we have our catalog, which is good. We're going to also want to add our contact us page. We'll add that in there. And then you would typically want to put like an FAQ or like a fax thing so that they know exactly what they can do. If there are any issues, they can go check out the fax instead of contacting you. So right now what I'm going to just do is put in a refund policy, just because that's one that I've already created and I don't want to waste any of your time. So we'll go hit save, and then as we do that, we'll hit save over here. And then we're going to just quickly update this, and you'll see that what we just created populates right in here. So that looks super clean and really nice. Then this is what's called the home page. So basically all that we want to do is optimize the home page for it to look nice and clean. We're not going to be sending customers here with ads, so it doesn't matter too much. On the home page, you can put an announcement bar, which will appear everywhere. We're going to make it so that it doesn't appear on a home page only. We want it to appear everywhere. So on the announcement, what we're going to do is we're going to go special deal 50% off for the entire, sure, we'll go entire month. So special deal, 50% off for the entire month. We'll put a little exclamation mark because it's fun. And then up here, we're gonna change the color. We wanna keep everything nice and congruent. So we're gonna go with this nice blue. Try to make it very, very similar to the one that we have there. That's a little bit too dark, so we'll make it just a titch brighter. That is relatively close. Oh my God, I'm losing it. Okay, come on. There we go. Sure, that's pretty close. I'll take it. So that's pretty clean, and that's basically the header. So we have the footer and the header all set up. We'll hit save. Nice and simple, nice and easy, all complete. Then we've got this little image right here. All that we want to do is just set up this. We don't need to put too much effort into the home page because, like I said, we're running ads to the product page, not the home page. So what we're going to do is just go to free images, and we're going to go to, I guess, staff favorites, and we'll choose something that just looks aesthetically pleasing, something that looks nice and clean and kind of goes with this blue theme. I typically like bright photos with really bright colors because if someone does go to the home page, it's just very inviting, and they're just kind of like, yeah, wow, this company is kind of cool. Like they are fun, you know, they got fun images. So we'll go through here, try to find something relatively simple but still aesthetically pleasing. I like that one. It really kind of has, oh no, it's not that bright. Okay, perfect. So I decided to go with this image. Typically you want your main image to be something that really kind of goes with a general theme. So, I mean, I'll try to find a product that's a little bit like hiking and adventure, but for the most part, just make sure that it's aesthetically pleasing and looks relatively nice. So we've got the image, we want it middle, full width, section height large. We'll try making it medium. I feel like large is a little bit too much. Text size, we'll make the text size medium because that's a bit too much too. And we'll just go everything you want in one place. Your favorite finds for fewer dollars. Everything you want in one place, your favorite finds for fewer dollars. Boom, done. And then as we come through here, probably we'll just want like another little image, something cool. We'll go with like, we'll try to do something to do with like the company. Sure, we'll select that. And then we'll go, we'll say something about the store. So we'll go with mailer, a store. We'll go a brand meant for everyone, a place to find what you're looking for. Send us a message to connect, and be sure to follow us on Instagram for updates on our latest lineups. Sure. Okay, very cool. Mailer, we'll go with mailer. What are we? Sure, question mark. Yeah, I like that. Okay, then in here we would probably want to put like some products. I don't really have products. We're gonna only be importing one, so this is where a featured collection I would put. I feel like that would just be nice. And then at the bottom, I would probably put like some reviews. That would be nice. We'll try to put a little photo in there. Testimonials is good. We'll remove that section. So put some testimonials in here. We'll put a little image. We'll just go with something like shopping sale. Open, that's pretty intense, holy crap. Okay, we'll do that, that's kind of fun. And then we'll just, we'll say like make the text smaller. I don't know why it's always so big. We have the perfect gifts. All you and anyone you know could want. Okay, we have the perfect gifts, and then right in here you can create some reviews. They don't have to be real reviews. Obviously, if you're building out a brand or if you're building out your store more long-term, get real reviews and put them in here. That's ultimately what you do want for this section. But for now, we'll just put in some little fake beauties and we'll call it a day. So we have that section. This is where you would put your products if you had products. I don't have any products, but basically you would just select a collection, and the collection is basically, it's exactly what it is, a collection of products all clumped together that you can click and it will put them all in here. So if we go to products, basically what you have is individual products right here, and then down here is collections. So you can create collections and put products into those collections. So a collection, if you think about it in terms of like a category, shoes would be like a collection and you would put all of your shoe products in there. Hats would be a collection, put all your hat products in there. And that's basically what it is. I would probably do, like, for this section, I would do something like, I wouldn't name it featured collection, but I would be like, I would put like some of our fan favorites, and then put like some of the favorite products of everyone in there, and call it a day and go for it. So up here we have the search button and the cart button. So far this is looking super clean. As you can see down here, it says powered by Shopify. I don't like that. It's super easy to get rid of, so we're gonna get rid of it. So all that we do is we go back here into the store, and then you go into settings. I believe it was settings. Oh no, you go to online store, go back to themes, and here we are on the debut theme. So this is the theme that we've been editing. We hit action, and then we hit edit language. Once we're in edit language, what we want to do is look for powered by, hit enter, and there that stupid little thing is. We're gonna put something in here like, because it's mailer, we'll put all rights reserved. That looks super professional and nice and clean. There we go. Make the store look like what you want it to. If you don't feel like a big brand, people are gonna feel like that when they come through. So look how clean that looks. 2020 mailer, all rights reserved, clean, done, put together. We have the footer, we have the middle, and then we have the top header, and it all looks nice and clean. So the next thing, now that we got the basic store set up, the next thing is importing a product. So we're gonna go over to products, and this is where you're gonna get products. We don't add them on Shopify, we go back to DSers, like I said, and to get there, all that you do is just go to apps, hit the DSers app, and that will bring you into here. So we'll go find a product, and then we're gonna import it to DSers. So as you can see right here, I found this product. It's doing pretty good. It's actually kind of cool. It's basically a makeup bag with a light built into it. So let's see if we can find it out here. We'll go with makeup bag with light. Let's see if we can actually find that product. We'll sort by orders. Makeup bag with light lid. Light lid bag. I feel like it will be tough to find that specific one. If not, we'll just take one that does really well. Okay. Oh well, not a big issue. So, or is that it? No, that's not it. Okay, I don't want to waste too much of you guys' time here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this bag, not that bag. There's way too many variations of that. Let's go with something easier, like a, we'll do a dog seat belt. Very basic product, but it did really, really well for a lot of people. So we'll go through, we have a dog seat belt, and then what we're gonna do is just copy the link for this product listing on Aliexpress. And then what we do is we go back to DSers, go to product, go to import list, and then import AliExpress product, paste it, hit OK, and what it does is it imports it to Desers, and then from Desers, basically what you do is you hit push to Shopify. Don't check that. You can set that all up, but it doesn't really matter. We're gonna hit mailer because that's the store that we want to push it to, and then we also want to publish it on the store. So we'll push to Shopify and send it that way. And as you can see, what this does is it basically links the product on Shopify with Desers, and Desers links with AliExpress. So as you can see, it all kind of meshes together and then makes the whole process of fulfilling orders easier and faster. And this again is just beginner strategy for starting out so that you can get some products, get going. Eventually, as you get better, you're gonna wanna get sourcing agents and work with them instead of doing it through AliExpress. So if we go over to products now, there's our product that we just added to the store through Desers. So we're gonna go through, click into it, and this is where we're gonna edit the product page. So we have the title here, and we're gonna just get rid of that, and we're gonna go dog, car, seat, belt. Name it that. Over here, you can add it to a collection. So again, a collection is like if you have a bunch of hats, you would add it to your hats collection, and then that would be one collection. It makes things a lot easier. What we're gonna do is just get rid of all of this because this is all the imported stuff from AliExpress, which we don't want because we don't want it showing that. These are all of your product images. So we'll just keep some nice ones. We'll get rid of that because it's a duplicate. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of that. We'll keep that. We'll keep that. We'll keep those. And we're gonna hit delete media, get rid of those. And that's that. So one thing that I always say is only have one variation. And the reason why you only want one variation is because as you scale out a product, typically what you're gonna wanna do is hold actual inventory of that product to get faster shipping times, more efficient processing times. And that is very difficult and will cost you a lot more money if you have more than one variant, because more than one variant is like having more than one product. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just get rid of all of these variants because that's what these are. We have the different colors, and then what we're gonna go is more action, and we're gonna go ahead and, where is it? Delete variants. So delete all of those. And that should update. I'm gonna hit save and see what happens. There we go. So it did update. And now we just have the black variant, which is ultimately what we want. I don't know what's going on here. It's freaking out at me. So we've deleted the variant, and then basically what we're gonna do is leave this as the size. And what we wanna do is edit the pricing now. So we're gonna go through, find the variant, which is the black one. We'll hit edit and come through here. So we have the size and the color, and then for the price, we're gonna wanna make it, for this product, you get it relatively cheap. So to price everything in relationship to what it costs. So about $3 to make, I would price this, we'll just do $19.99 because that's a reasonable price for something like that. Then the actual price, so compare at price is basically your discounted price. The regular price is the regular price. So this will do $19.99, so $39.99 as the regular price. And then the sale price, think of it as the sale price, which is $19.99. We do want to charge tax on this product because you do need to go in accordance with your tax laws. You can uncheck that if you want, but I don't recommend that. Track quantity, sure. Continue selling when out of stock, sure, we'll go with that. Available, since we hit continue selling when out of stock, this doesn't matter. So we're just gonna put 1,000. It will just keep going, it doesn't matter. This is a physical product, so we're gonna make sure that that's checked. And then when it comes to the weight, you wanna make sure that the weight is 0 because we're gonna select our shipping plans and set them all up based off of weight. And the only way to do that is if you have a set weight for all of your products. So we always leave the products at 0 and then come down here. All of this is fine. We'll leave it all like that. And then we're just gonna go ahead and hit save. We'll go back to the product and the product page, and we're gonna get rid of these other variants because we are just going to be doing the black one. So we'll go like this. This is gonna be a bit difficult because as you can see, the images have quite a few different colors in there, but Of course, if you're just doing one variant, only have photos of the one variant. Then what you're going to want to do is take all of the images, go back over to Canva, and then in Canva, what you want to do is make all of the images 1080p by 1080p, so a perfect square. And why you want to do this is because if your images are different sizes, as people are scrolling through the images on their phone or on the desktop, they're going to adjust sizes, and it just looks so unprofessional and absolutely ridiculous. So make sure they're all the same size. It's a simple little thing to do, but it will save you a lot of basically, it will save your status. It will make your website just look a lot more professional. So all of them the same size, and I always like to do 4 images max. If you have to do more than 4 images, go ahead, but I like to keep it at 4 because on mobile, if you go beyond 4, people have to hit a scroll next button to get the rest of the images, whereas the first 4 populate on the phone right there and they can just click through them. So I like doing 4 images. Here we have 4 images. It's nice and clean. And then you would just go through and fill out the product page. So what I always suggest is finding a product on Facebook and then going through, copying that person's web page, copying that person's ad, making minor adjustments, and then progressing on with selling the product or testing the product. And the reason why I do this is because you ultimately want to just crank out the product as fast as possible when testing it. And the best way to do that is take information from someone else's web page, take information from someone else's ad, get it out there and progress forward. So we're just going to go into Google. And we'll type in dog car leash plus Shopify. And what this does is it populates all of the products on Google in regards to a dog pet leash on a Shopify store. So in here we pop in, and that one's a little bit more intense than the one that we have. That one's Amazon, so that doesn't count. This one, colorful dog seat, that one is the one that we are doing. So over here, is that the same one? Yeah, that's the same one. Beautiful. So here we have the exact same one. You can take the product images if you want. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to copy all of their, oh, that's a horrible, horrible description. Let's try to find a better one. We want something that looks pretty good. Like, look at these. These are horrible. How are these the top search results? There we go. These people actually got their stuff together. Okay, so we'll take all of their information. We're going to just hit copy and then we'll paste it in there. Of course, you would want some images in your description just to make it a little bit more fun to read. This is quite a bit of text. So if you watch my video on how to create a Shopify product page, that will explain exactly how to create a Shopify product page. So we're going to hit save, and then let's just go through and see what this looks like. So we'll hit preview, and there we have it. We have our product page with our images and our description. So that's the basic setup of that. Here we have the buy now button, which we do not want. So we're going to go through, hit online store, and go back to the theme that we were customizing, hit customize. We're ripping through this. We are ripping through this. You guys will have a store by the end of this, I promise. So we're gonna look up dog seatbelt because that's the one that we just added to the store. And then once we're on the product page, as you can see up here, it changes all of the settings on the left side in accordance to what it is that you clicked up here. So product page, you have home page, you have your cart, you have all these different things. So we're on a product page. So now all of these things over here adjust so that we can edit the product page. So we'll click into product page. We want it to show variants. We want it to show quantity so that they can select more than one. Don't want the show but iMac button because that's the buy now button. It freaks out a lot of people, and I don't include it for that main reason. People are just accustomed to add to cart and then going through the checkout process. Buy now, unless you're on Amazon, scares a lot of people, so we don't do that. Social sharing icons are just these little guys down here, so we'll leave those there because I think they'd look nice and professional. Image sizes, medium looks good. I like that. Enable image zoom. Sure, we'll leave that. It looks nice. And then coming through here, we can change the coloring to match the logo, but I find this kind of black, off black does look kind of nice because the lettering's black and off black. But let's just see what it looks like if we don't do that, if we make it blue. Show product recommendations, no, because this is a general store. We don't want product recommendations. Let's go into theme settings, and then in theme settings, this is where you can edit colors and typography. We'll leave the typography, which is the letters, all the same, but we're gonna go through and we're gonna edit the colors. So we have the heading links and text, so that's that. Sales price, which I think I messed up on that. We'll go back and we'll fix that. Buttons, so primary button. Let's see what it looks like with it blue. If it doesn't look nice, I think I'll leave it that blackish color. Yeah, I liked that blackish a little bit more. It's kind of like an off black. I find that looks really nice actually. So we'll leave it that way. And then all of the text right here, this is actually quite a clean layout. But of course I would add more images to this because it's very boring to read. And then this image is still there for some reason. So we'll hit save. We got a couple little additional updates that we need to do. We'll get rid of that image and then we'll make sure that the sales price does show. So we're gonna go back to products, click into our dog leash, come through here, get rid of this sneaky little guy that somehow made his way back in there. Don't know how. While we're here, let's pop down to edit SEO. This really doesn't matter, but when you're creating a Facebook ad and you try to include the link, it's just nice to have it short. So we're just gonna make it leash. Uncheck that, hit save, and then that way the link for the actual product page will be a lot shorter and it's easier to include in your Facebook ad copy. As we come along, that other thing that we wanted to do was adjust the price because I messed up that. Save that. I don't know why it didn't save. Glitching out on me. Absolutely glitching out on me. Okay, we'll leave the page. So I messed up these two. I always do that. So we'll go $19.99 and then this is the compare at price, which is $39.99. So $39, the compare at price is the regular price, $19.99 is the sales price. We'll hit save and then let's just make sure that that did actually work properly. We'll go preview the page. And there we go. So we have the sales price of $19.99, the regular price of $39.99, and the sales icon that appears right there. I find that looks quite ugly. So we're gonna go back into online store and we're just gonna make a small customization to that because I find it just looks really bad. So we'll go to product page. It's just kind of like an ugly red. So let's go to colors, sales price, and let's make it more like a burgundy kind of red. There we go. And then we'll hit save and that is all good to go. And then basically what we're gonna do is we'll go through to the checkout process because now we got the product page, we got the website set up. So the next thing is the checkout and we'll click into cart. Let's go check out the cart. Oh, let's go. You always wanna go through the checkout process and see exactly what something looks like because ultimately if someone's gonna go through this, you have to enjoy the process if someone else is going to enjoy the process. So see, this is why we do it. Already I didn't even remember to get rid of this. And now that I'm going through it, I remember we don't want this little pop-up cart. We want it to take us to the actual checkout page. There we go. So all that I did was I went into add to cart notifications, unchecked show notification when item is added to cart. And now when they hit add to cart, it takes them right to the add to cart page. So as you can see here, they have the dog leash now in their cart, quantity selected, price right there. This right here, I don't like showing this, even though taxes and shipping are calculated at checkout. I just don't like showing that. So we're gonna go back out here, hit this button to take us back to the main setup page, and we're gonna go into the store. So again, online store, themes, and then we're gonna go to actions, edit language, and go into here. So anytime you're trying to edit the language of something or edit wording of something, this should be updated. Sorry, just to show you that it is actually updated and working correctly. So all that you need to do is type in and search what it is that you want to change. So taxes and shipping calculated. So we'll go into here, taxes and shipping taxes and shipping calculated at checkout. We're gonna erase that because we don't want it. Hit save, and that should get rid of it if we go ahead and refresh. Now you can see it's gone. It looks cleaner. I like it. As you can see down here, we have this button, this button, this button, all these different crazy buttons. We want to keep it nice and simple so that people don't have to make too many decisions. The only two options you want on your store, and even PayPal is optional, but you do want at least your store checkout using Shopify payments, and then PayPal as the secondary option. If you don't want PayPal or it's not available in your country, you don't need PayPal, but those are the two that I recommend you have. So what we'll do is we'll go over here, enter into settings, and then we go to payments, and under payments, what we're gonna do is you would set up your account setup for Shopify payments. I'm not gonna do that because it requires information that I don't feel like inputting, but it's very straightforward. You all can do that. PayPal, it will set it up with your email that you signed up with and set you up a PayPal account. You don't even have to do anything. It will do everything for you. But what we do want to do is make sure that these certain ones are not set up. So we'll go to manage, and then as you can see right here, it shows all of the different payment methods that are accepted. So Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Shop Pay, so that's the one that we want to get rid of, and Google Pay. So those are the two. So Shop Pay, Apple Pay we don't want, Google Pay we don't want, and then phone number is blank. Oh my God, they want my number. So we'll go with, this is not my number, by the way. Do not try calling this number. We'll hit save, see if they'll take that. Oh my God, they didn't take it. Okay. There we go, let's try that one. Let's see if they'll take that fakie. Awesome, they did take that. While we're in payment here, you'll see they will add the phone number to the actual payment descriptor in people's bank statements. So if you want to put your personal phone number, you can. I do not recommend putting it there because it will appear on people's bank statements and you'll get phone calls from a bunch of crazy people. So input either a bunch of zeros right here or input a fake number. I recommend a bunch of zeros because if you put a fake number and people call it, they're gonna be like, why the hell does this store have a fake number? Whereas a bunch of zeros, it's obvious, it's just a bunch of zeros. This is your customer statement descriptor. So this is what appears again on their bank statement. You wanna make sure that it's your store name so that they know exactly who they purchased this product from when it appears on their bank statement. If you have something random, I'm sure you've had this happen to you before where you've purchased something, a random thing pops up and you're like, what did I buy? I have no idea. Make sure it's your store name and you are all good to go. So now that we've got those all gone, let's go ahead and refresh this. And as you can see, why is it still doing Google? I don't know why it's still doing Google. Google should be gone. We don't want Google. Let's go ahead and update that. Okay, you know what? It's being annoying. Google's still there, but ultimately Google should be gone. So just PayPal and just the checkout button and you are good to go. So let's continue through the process because you always want to check out everything. Checkout isn't available, return to page or contact directly. And the reason why my checkout isn't available is because I am not signed up with a plan. So to see the next step, what you're going to want to do is select a plan. And when you're starting out, all that you need is the Shopify basics, which is $29.99. Easy enough. This is in US dollars. So if you're in Canada or if you're in another country, I recommend getting a USD credit card. If you don't have that option, your bank will convert the $29.99 to whatever your currency is. So it's not a huge issue. You will just lose a little bit of money. I'm not going to be able to show you the checkout process, but it is all set up exactly how it should be. All you need to do is input your logo and change the letters. Make sure that all of the coloring is congruent with your store. So since my store is blue and black, I would make the colors blue and black just to make sure that the whole process is all congruent. There we are, all done. We have an entire store set up and we are ready to start marketing a product. So now that we've got the product all sent to our store, we went through, we found a random product, we imported it to our store. Now what we need to do is we need to run some ads and make sure that we get customers going to that product page to make purchases, because if you don't, all you have is a store with absolutely no customers and you're not gonna make any money. So let's do this. We head on over to Facebook Business Manager, and what you're gonna wanna do is create an account. And what you'll do is you'll go through all the little steps on creating an account, and you will eventually have an account. And basically what Facebook Business Manager is it's the business management of your Facebook account. So it makes it so that you can run Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and that is what we are going to be setting up here today in this tutorial. So once that's all set up, you're gonna need to go to Facebook and create a Facebook page for your business. Create an Instagram page for your business, link the Instagram page and the Facebook page together, and you all can go out and Google how to do that. Go do a bit of research, figure out how to do it. It's very simple. Link the two together, link them with your Facebook Business Manager, which will automatically happen, and then you can go through and start creating some ads. But before you start creating ads, what you want to do is go through, click up here, and we're going to want to go to Events Manager. So Events Manager basically tracks the data of everything that goes on your store and shares that information with Facebook so that the ads can optimize. So anytime your store gets an add to cart, a page view, a purchase, initiate checkout, any of those events, those are all shared with Facebook so that the ads know how to optimize based on what's performing better, what ad set is performing better. So you need to create what's called a Facebook pixel and implement it onto your website. So what you would do is hit add new data source and hit Facebook pixel, and you would go through the process of creating a Facebook pixel. You would name it, you would check your website for easy setup, and when it's setting it up for Shopify, it is incredibly easy. You'll go through these steps, and then what you'll get is called a pixel ID. So here's the pixel that I already created for my personal website, and there's the pixel ID. So all that you do is you copy the pixel ID, hit copy, and we're gonna go back to the store. We wanna go to online store, and then we wanna go to preferences. My bad. So we go to preferences, and as you can see here, here's all your data tracking. So this is where you input your Google data tracking, but we're just doing Facebook for this tutorial. So as you can see, Facebook pixel ID, you would go ahead and you would paste that in there, hit save, and now everything that happens on your store will be sent to that pixel, and that pixel will be able to use that information to optimize your Facebook ads. So it's that simple. All you need to do is get it on over there to your store, and then you're all good to go. Once you do get going and you've selected a plan, you're going to want to go to online store, select domains, and obviously create a domain using the .com, which is the preferred one. If not, .ca or .net are the next two best ones, but try to make it .com. So we'll go back over here. Now that we got our Facebook pixel all set up and good to go, you would run a couple of tests. So do some add to carts, do some page views, and make sure that the data comes through here so that you can see that the pixel is firing and it is actually collecting that data. Now that you've done that, what you would do is you would go to Ads Manager again, clicking up here, click into Ads Manager, and this is where you would create all of your ads. When it comes to Facebook ads, this is a very basic breakdown. Now that we've got the store, we've got the product, I'm gonna give you a basic breakdown of Facebook ads. So you come into here and you have your campaign, your ad set, and your ads. Your campaign, think of it like a group that contains all of your ad sets, and then inside all of your ad sets are your ads, which is the actual creative. That's what people see when they're on Facebook or Instagram. So what we would do is we go in and we would select the account that we want to use. So these are all of your different ad accounts. We would select the one that we want to use, and then we would hit create campaign. And then what that would do is that would start you onto your creation process of creating a Facebook ad. So when we start out and we're testing products and we're trying to get conversions, creating purchase events, we're going to go through and we're going to obviously do conversions. So we hit conversions, and then we scroll down here and we select a campaign name. So this is a dog leash. I like to title my things very clean, and I highly recommend you use this exact same process when you're setting up your Facebook ads, because it's clean, it's easy to follow along, and then that way when you've got so many going on, you don't have to click into them to figure out what information's in there. It's all laid out very clearly. So we'll go dog leash DL, and this is a conversion campaign because that's what we just clicked. And When testing product, I like to target e-packet countries, and then we're gonna do a break-even ROAS. So let's say you have a product selling for $19.99. What you would do is you would take the cost of basically getting that product. So let's say you get that product, including shipping, from Aliexpress for $5, just to make things easy. You would go $19.99, take away $5, and then that would give you your break-even amount. So basically, if you spend that amount on Facebook ads, you're breaking even because that's your profit, right? So then what you would do is you would go and take $19.99, so your sales amount, and you would divide it by your break-even amount. And then that would give you your break-even ROAS, so your break-even return on ad spend. So I'm gonna put this up here, the exact calculation, just so that you understand it and it makes a little bit better sense. And that's why we put the break-even ROAS in here, because as we're tracking our data from the Facebook ads, we wanna know this metric so that we can always make sure that our ads are above this, or if they're underperforming, we know how much they're underperforming. So typically for a winning product, the break-even ROAS that I've noticed is 1.3. So we'll do 1.3. Since we're doing e-packet with interest targeting to test these products, we will not do campaign optimization. This might become mandatory eventually in the future, but for now it's not, so we're just not gonna do it. We'll continue along here. Create the ad set name. So again, that first section, as you can see right here, was the campaign setup. Then we come into the ad set setup, and this is where we're gonna name the ad set. So when initially testing out a product, I do what's called interest targeting with tri-targeting and layering of information to give you a retargeting effect. So as we come through here, we're gonna do the interest targeting method. And since this is a dog leash, we'll do an interest. The main interest that we would probably do is dogs, we'll do dogs. So we would do dogs, and then I do the audience size, because why I put the audience size for these is because as you go along, Facebook will sometimes throttle your reach. And if it throttles your reach, the estimated audience reach will go down. And the only way that you'll know if this is happening is if you've got the audience size in your description. And then when you go back into here and see this little section, if it says 15 million audience reach, but then up here it says 20 million, you know that Facebook is throttling your ads, because now suddenly your audience reach is smaller. So that's why I always do that, because then you can track that information. Coming through here, conversions is what we're optimizing for. And we're gonna optimize for the purchase event. So this is our pixel. As you can see, this is gonna be tracking all of the events that happen on our website. We would scroll down, and all of these are red right now because none of these events have happened on the website. So we would select purchase, and that is all good to go. We would hit show more options. For the conversion window, what we would do is 7 days click. This is the best optimization for this. And then we would come through and we would select our audience. So selecting the audience, we would go through and we would input all of the e-packet countries. I believe I've already got it saved here. Yeah, I do. So e-packet countries. For those of you that are still trying to figure this out, just go watch my video on how to create Facebook ads for targeting and testing products. And I will go through and break this down into more detail. For now, I'm just going to input it here so that you get a general understanding. For the age range, what we would do is 21 to 65. We want to keep it nice and broad when testing out a product. All genders, details, language. Since we're doing English ads with English text, it would be in English all. Of course, our website's all in English too, so you don't want people that read or listen in a different language because they will not understand. Continuing through, that all looks nice. That's basically our audience targeting. We're then going to choose details. So we'll hit edit, and details are basically the interests that you're going to want to target. So we would uncheck detail target expansion, because that basically means whatever detail you put in, Facebook is going to expand beyond that and figure out what works best. But when you're doing low budgets, Facebook doesn't have enough money to figure that out. So that's why we uncheck that. Come down here and we put in dogs as the interest. And there it is. So interest audience size is 563 million, which is quite large. So we're going to need to narrow this down. So dogs narrowed down by, let's see if pet lovers is something. it is something cool. Let's see what size that makes it. That's quite small. So we'll narrow this down by, what would be a good one? Pets? No, that's way too big. What could we narrow dogs down by? Puppy, maybe? Puppy is pretty large, sure. There we go. Okay, so dogs narrowed down by puppy gives us 46 million. And then as we continue along, we're going to want to go manual placements, because if you select automatic, Facebook is going to place your ad in several different locations. So Facebook places ads in all of these locations right here, and you want to select the specific ones. We're going to do edit devices, and we're going to do mobile only. So we only want it showing on mobile devices because we're going to optimize our web page for mobile, and we're going to optimize the entire sales funnel for mobile, and mobile converts way better than all other devices. So mobile only. We're going to get rid of audience network, get rid of Messenger, and leave Facebook and Instagram. We're going to leave Facebook feed, Instagram feed checked, and then we're going to uncheck all of these other ones, and then we're going to only leave Instagram stories. Again, I go through a more in-depth description of exactly how to do this in my video that I posted on how to run Facebook ads if you want a more in-depth breakdown of this section of the video. Daily budget, we're going to make it $5 per day, and ad set run continuously. We're not going to have it starting right away. We're going to have it starting the following day, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Show more options, delivery, standard, ad scheduling, leave it like that. We're going to close out that and scroll up. And now that we got all of this information set up, as you can see, we want to go through and input the total audience size. So the total audience size you want to do at the end of setting up the entire campaign and ad set, because it adjusts as you change things. So now we know the total audience size is 45 million. The interest that we're targeting is dogs, and everything is set up and good to go. Now that we've gone through the campaign, we've gone through the ad set, now we're getting to the ad level. So the ad level is the actual image or video that you're going to be showing your customers to try to get them to your website, to try to get them to purchase, basically completing the funnel. So I've got Ecom Creed set up here because this is the Facebook page that I've already got implemented, but here is where you would select your business page. Here is where you would select your Instagram page. As you can see, I have my Facebook page and my Instagram page linked, and the way that you do this is by creating an Instagram business profile and an Instagram business page, and then you link them together, and you can watch a YouTube video on how to do that. I'm not going to explain that for you. Coming through here for the ad creative, again, titling it a certain way helps you save time when it comes to figuring out exactly what everything is doing, because you're going to have hundreds of these, especially when scaling out a product. So it's best to just keep everything super organized and super set with the labeling. So we'll go and we'll make it vid number 1, thumbnail number 1. And for those of you that are super new to this, a thumbnail is basically the image that goes at the beginning of a video. This is only applicable when doing video ads, and I always recommend doing video ads when doing dropshipping products because it demonstrates the product so well. The only time I don't recommend doing this is if you're using some type of a clothing item, shoes, or something like that, where an image ad could potentially make sense. But for the most of the time, it's video ads. So the thumbnail is the initial image. It should be something just like on a video on YouTube, there's the thumbnail. It should be something that really catches the viewer's attention. So coming through here, we have single video or image, we have create ad, and we're going to go ahead and create the ad. So you would go ahead, hit add image or video, and we would want to implement a video. So for the sake of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a random Facebook ad. Okay, so I went through and I found a random Facebook ad, and I just implemented here. So we're going to hit edit video. And as you can see right here, we have the video ad. It's for this push-up machine. And then what we're going to want to do is change the thumbnail to the custom thumbnail that we created. So we would go hit thumbnail, hit custom, hit upload, and now we have our custom thumbnail uploaded. So see, this is the thumbnail. So it's the initial image that people see when you're running your ad before it starts automatically running or before they click it and it starts running. So we have that. Then we have the primary text, which is going to appear up here. So since this is a push-up device, we're going to want to put something about a push-up device. So blast out a massive home workout. And then we'll put something like fire, and then we'll go check mark, and we'll go easy to use, portable, and several variants. Okay, so blast out a massive home workout, easy to use, portable, several variants. And then down here, we would want to put like get yours here, and we would go like that. And then this is where we would implement our URL. So this one right now, I don't have an actual domain selected, but typically it would have a domain selected, and then you could just do product dog leash. So right now we don't have that, so I'm just gonna have to put this ugly thing in there, but we'll do that and then we're all good to go. So we have that all set up. That's the initial section up here. Then we come down to the headline, which is gonna be down here, and then we're gonna do full body blaster. Sure. And we're just going to put another little fire, and then under description we're going to go get yours 50% off, shop now. And then we'll see what that looks like. Here is where you would input your product page link. So not anything to do with your store homepage, but your product page link, because when people click the button on your ad, you want them to be taken directly to your product page, no other pages on your store. So we would input the product page link, and that would go there. And then as you can see, this all comes up and it's looking super clean. So again, here is where your store domain would go, but of course I don't have that set up, but you would want to get that set up because this just looks horrible. So obviously go set up your store domain like I showed you previously in the video. Over here, since we are wanting them to shop, basically we would want to make the button say shop now. Where is it? Shop now. There we go. So now the button says shop now, full body blaster, get yours 50% off, shop now. And then up here it says something nice like this: blast out a massive home workout, easy to use, portable, several variants. But we want that to fit in there. Maybe let's try different. We'll make something up, but obviously keep it real. Variants. We'll do 8 variants. There we go. Perfect. So that looks super clean. It looks like a nice ad. Obviously, I would optimize the thumbnail to be a little bit better. This is just a screenshot of a section of the ad, but you want it to be something that really catches the viewer's attention and makes them want to click on your ad and watch the entire part of your ad. So this is all set up and this is all good to go. As you can see, the Facebook pixel is engaged. So anyone that clicks on your ad, anyone that watches the portions of the ad, anyone that goes to your product page, adds to cart, purchases, now all of that data and information that's going to be going from your website to the Facebook pixel, you can then use for all of your ads, your retargeting, your lookalike audiences, all of that different information. And data is king. So it's absolutely crucial that you have this all set up. We're going to hit confirm. Right now we're at about a minute 20 or a minute 25. Holy crap, I am tired. Right now we are at an hour and 25 roughly. So we've set up the store, we've found the product, we've created the Facebook ad, we've implemented the pixel. We've now got everything all set up and good to go. And once this ad starts running and people go to your product page, purchases will start happening. So this is the entire drop shipping business model set up within an hour and 25 minutes. If you were following along, you will now have a store, you will now have a Facebook account, you will now have a Facebook ad, everything set up. All that you need to do is fine tune certain parts of this entire process. And how do you do that? You go and you watch videos that are on those specific parts. So if you need to basically fine tune Facebook ads, go watch my video on how to do Facebook ads. If you need to fine tune your website design, go watch videos on web design. If you got to fine tune whatever it is, go watch a specific video on that. But this video just showed you that you can set up an entire business within an hour and 25 minutes. And I'm going to quickly show you here how to change it so that your ad set starts the next day. So we've got the ad set all set up. We're going to hit duplicate. And whenever you duplicate, you want to make sure that you duplicate it using the exact same ad, or else you will create a brand new ad and then all of the likes, all of the comments will be spread across several different ads, and we don't want that. We want them all being saved onto the same one. So we're going to go through and leave all of this, but then we're going to go down to the ad copy, right? So video one, thumbnail one, and then what we're going to do is instead of create ad, we're going to hit use existing post. And then what we need to do is we need to go into here and we need to go to page posts. Once we're in page posts, what we're going to do is we're going to find the post that we just created, go to ads, and now there's the ad that we just created. So as you can see, the ad that we just created, there's always two that populates, and that's because we did Instagram placement and Facebook placement. So it populates two, but we only want to enact one on every single one. So we always take the bottom one of the two, always take the bottom one of the two, and we're going to copy this ID. Glitched out there. We're gonna see this is the ad that we just created. It shows all of the interactions and all of that stuff, which we want to keep because it creates social proof. And then we're going to go back over here and we're going to select enter post ID. We paste that in there, hit submit, and then it typically does this. It generates this weird error and says this is the actual ID. And I don't know why it does this, but you know what? It's Facebook just doing its thing. So I'm not going to argue. You copy it. This is something you always have to do. And then you just paste that in there, hit submit, and then boom, there's our already created ad all set up, good to go. And then what you can do is you can go over back here into the ad set. So as you can see here, campaign, ad set, ad. And then we go over here and we're going to want to change the time. So we want it to start the next day at 12 a.m. because we want it to run for the full day, and then we hit publish. And now we've got the exact same ad campaign. So whenever you duplicate this one, now it's going to use that exact same ad instead of you having to constantly go through, copy the ad ID and paste it in there. Now you can just duplicate it and continue on. So this one we're going to actually delete because we don't want it. That's the original one, which we don't need anymore. So we're going to go ahead and delete this one. Hit the delete button, and this is the one that we just duplicated. We'll get rid of this by hitting that little pencil, and we'll just make it the original one, and done. There we go. So the entire ad campaign is set up, the entire store is set up, your pixel is set up, and you are all good to go. I hope this video made sense, and I hope you all followed along, especially if you're trying to start in dropshipping. This is exactly what you needed to start out in dropshipping. I showed you every single step, what no one else is showing you, exactly how to start it out. And if you did get value from this video, please go hit that red subscribe button. It means so much to me, and it really helps me and pushes me to push out more content exactly like this. If you do need any help or advice, there's a link down below in the description for the Ecom Creed Masters group. In that group, you can ask whatever questions you want, and I'm highly active in that group, and I will be able to answer those as you go through your business journey. If you're struggling, I'm there for you. I'm able to help you. As always, I do not hold anything back. If there's anything that you want to see on future videos, leave it in a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you join the Creed for all future videos. And I will see you all beautiful people on the next one. Thanks so much.